Ben ritrovati, eccoci qua, amici, amichetti, amicissimi. Oggi ce la possiamo fare, eh? Puntiamo a svelare l'assassino e a finire sto caso bellissimo. Sto gatto ormai inizia a stufare, dobbiamo finire sto gioco. Dai, manca poco. Dunque, se non ricordo male, la volta scorsa abbiamo preso un sacco di botte. Eh, Siamo stati ammazzati 4 volte. È stato un bagno di sangue. Vediamo. Cos'è che avevamo fatto? Eravamo andati nell'appartamento del... L'ospedale. Questo cos'è?
For once I had the keys to the place, which meant I wouldn't have to use my lockpicks or...
Ah, sì. Abbiamo le chiavi dell'appartamento. Ok. Siamo entrati in casa. Iniziamo a vedere. Devo trovare una soluzione migliore perché così ho la TV alta. Ok,
Look at that.
niente di
The guy
niente.
sure had good taste.
Ormai è
Today,
tutta arte,
everything's an art.
effettivamente, sono d'accordo.
So what next? The art of hopscotch?
Sentiamo sta musichina. Diceva che aveva buon gusto. Se vuoi muovere, vedo una figurina. Una figurina. Baseball. Andrà bene anche quello. Ma noi ste cose non le avevamo già fatte.
It looks like O'Leary has
Giocare
rigged
una
the fight
settimana.
between Stone and Yale.
Sì, cioè una volta a settimana mi fa completamente dimenticare quello che ho fatto la volta prima. Molto bene.
As I glanced at the telephone, I remembered the weekly password for O'Leary's illegal gambling operation, even though I had rejected his reward for finding Yale. I had managed to make my own dirty money by ratting out the Eagle Pimp during
È
our
vero,
poker
abbiamo
game.
fatto ammazzare
How
la.
much damage could a small bet do?
Yes.
Wild strawberries.
Welcome, sir. May I ask for the beneficiary of your bet?
I'd like to bet on Sonia Dunn's behalf.
Event?
Stone versus Yale, Madison Square Garden.
Got it. Amount?
$5,000.
Winner?
Yale wins.
Place of delivery?
I'd seen several locations written out in O'Leary's basement, but I could only remember one, courtesy of my new matchbox, La Iguana Pool Room.
All right, sir. Good afternoon.
E adesso speriamo di farlo vincere. Ok. Ce n'era un altro. Io ero convinto di averlo già fatto.
It's pretty clear that Helen Moore's cigarette case was a gift from O'Leary. If she's still in love, why does she claim she hates him? What is she hiding? It's hard to believe that a pair of boxing fists could play something like this, although I'm sure he had the lungs for it. It looks like Dunn had already begun to move his things.
Non è vero che si doveva trasferire a casa con la mucca. Attenzione.
Thorpe? No idea. And these two, they look familiar.
Mhm. La musica è finita intanto. E prima di fare il prossimo gioco mi assicurerò al 200% che il personaggino corra, perché quando camminano così lenti mi prende l'angoscia. Ai ai ai. Giustamente, perché uno non dovrebbe conservare le figurine nel bagno. Adesso vado e ne metto un paio anch'io. Devo avere delle figurine dei Pokémon da qualche parte.
What's this doing here? One of the very few teen idols who only got better with age.
A che punto è qua la nostra raccolta? Allora, amantissimo proprio. Mi sono già stancato.
Could this be the origin of Sonia's interest in business management?
Giustamente uno vede un abaco in casa e inizia a studiare. Ah, questo è carino. Ah, ma quella era la camera della figlia. Ah.
Another empty closet.
Dai, cammino.
You still looked at her every morning, so many years later, with a new love? Maybe we don't need to forget. Maybe pain just transforms into, I don't know, something. This is too private.
Arini. È morto, un po' mi dispiace vedendo casa sua. Figo. Vetro rotto.
Is this how he got in? Elaine. I think that was Dunn's wife's name, according to Jake.
Un sacco di indizi. Non ci arrivo. Sono un po' tardo. Un altro bagno.
Wow. Could Dunn really afford such luxuries?
Black
Or did he only
Panther.
want to impress Mary?
Basta, niente figurine in sto bagno. In cucina. Questa merda.
Ready-made meals on airplane trays in front of the TV. Who would have thought we'd end up eating like this? Dunn died 4 days ago, and that lettuce still looks okay.
Qualcuno sta usando sta casa. Direi. Dai.
Sardines. It's been open for a few hours.
Vedi.
Of course. Now I see how Dunn bought the apartment he was going to share with Mary. This place has to be empty in 2 weeks for the new owners. I wonder if Sonia knows about this. No matter how hard I look, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell was the burglar looking for? And most importantly, did he find it?
Ah.
It's pretty clear that the burglar came by the house before heading to the gym, which means he probably didn't find what he was looking for in here. I need to talk with Sonia, and maybe with her uncle Tim.
My God, I had completely forgotten this picture.
Bad memories?
A pessimist, are we? It's like remembering the last day of summer. Scenes full of joy, picturesque landscapes, and yet the light is faint and the air is still, the calm before the storm.
I know that feeling.
I figured that much. I can see it in your eyes. We met in the Army. We were all professional athletes. They called us the Olympic Five.
Who's the guy on the right?
Angus Mitchell, our combat medic, and a doctor with the New York
Ah,
Warriors.
ah.
It was Spanow who got him assigned to our platoon.
Hey, isn't that Craig Spano? The guy on the Morley's billboards?
Yes, indeed, our captain. He was the oldest, after all, and star of the New York Warriors. He was an orphan, you know. But he loved the sport so much that he said baseball was his family. He was the one who had Mitchell assigned to our platoon.
Who's the guy on the left?
Ah, Viktor Sukovsky, the athlete. You've
Chiaro.
probably heard of his medals.
Was Dunn already boxing?
Yes, he was. I had already seen him fight before I even met him. He was as humble in the ring as he was
De
in.
Gecko.
He
Non
always
ce la
let his
faremo
rivals
mai.
take the initiative. I remember how he barely dodged the blows. If you didn't look at his feet, it seemed like he wasn't even moving. And the footwork, pure dancing. You could almost hear the music. The song would play until his opponent was exhausted. Then came the drum roll, followed by Dunn's victory by KO.
What about you?
I had just signed with the Milestones. I hadn't even played my first game, but people said I had a bright future ahead of me.
But the war got in the way of that bright future.
Huh? No, I made it big when I came back. Best time of my life. Don't you remember that cop at the hospital? The one who let me in exchange for an autograph? Trust me, nobody calls you Iron Arm if you're just sitting on the bench. Who would have thought that I'd end up becoming Tim Iron Legs Thorpe?
What happened?
I fought the Nazis for 2 years, up there in the sky, over Europe. And I never set foot in a field hospital. 3 years later, I crossed the street without looking. And look at me now.
What happened to all of them?
Zukovsky died the same day they injured Dunn. Dunn received an honorable discharge and came home. He quit boxing and opened his gym. Mitchell was redeployed to a field hospital. Spano and I continued in the same unit, but nothing was ever the same. You see what I meant with the last day of summer. And after the war, well, who the hell cares?
I do. What happened to Mitchell after the war?
Mitchell? Who knows? We lost touch. I hope he's doing well.
What happened to Spano?
Well, you've seen the billboards. He made it big time. When I was forced to retire, I got him some advertising deals. That's how I founded this agency. But then, something happened to him. He became sullen. He fell out of shape, and slowly but surely lost touch with reality. He withdrew from public life and broke off our friendship. Haven't heard from him in, 3 years? And believe me, I've tried to contact him.
I think I saw Mitchell not too long ago, but I can't remember where.
Seriously? Please try to remember. I'd love to hear from him again.
Sì, era
I'll do
lì in
my best.
ospedale che cercava di ammazzare qualcuno. Ok.
You think Spano might have been involved in Dunn's death?
Spano? No way. He and Dunn were always... Well, Spano's changed so much that it's hard to say. Allow me to double your wage. You have to find the murderer. Maybe Dunn stayed in touch with Mitchell or Spano. Maybe even with both. But he never told me anything. Maybe Sonia knows.
I doubt it, but that's not the only question I've got for her. May I?
Sta bene. Le gran nuove deduzioni. Comunque prima mi sembrava che fossero diversi gli indizi da una volta all'altra.
Yes?
Sonia,
No, she's not here. Who's calling?
where is she?
L'Omar Piongiello. Non lo faccia a cosa.
Was your father still in...
Have you ever wished you'd never been born?
No!
What? Many times. Too many.
Then we're both in the same boat. First time was right after moving to New York. I hated my mother. She was the reason we moved from the countryside and the smell of freshly mowed grass to this dirty city and the smell of medicine. Her medicine. The second time was after she died. I hated myself for having hated her before, for not having loved her enough. The third time was when my father shut himself off. I hated him for that, for abandoning me, for giving in to the booze. Now he's dead, so take a guess.
You've realized just how much you really loved him.
I guess so. But that's not the worst of it. The problem is I don't know how to live without hating him. Over the last few years, everything I've done was meant to push my father far away. To avoid being like him. To avoid making his same mistakes. Without him, I just don't know who I am. And you won't even let me hate Bobby, which might actually help me.
The more you hate, the worse you feel.
You think I don't know that? I need someone to blame.
Oops.
Without that someone, I have only myself to hate.
Hate me. A good detective would have found the killer by now.
That's nonsense. You've already come so far. I'm sorry I haven't been a little more grateful.
In any case, you shouldn't hate yourself. You are... No, you have such good qualities. You're kind, smart,
Esageriamo.
and beautiful.
Are you really trying to flatter me now?
No, Seriously, I didn't mean to... Sorry.
Anyway, can we just drop the subject? Did you go to my father's apartment?
Yes, the thief went there before coming to the gym, which leads me to believe he didn't find what he
Insomma,
was
ogni
looking
scelta
for.
è stata
And
sbagliata,
what was
ce la
he
siamo
looking
giocata
for?
male anche questa.
That's what I intend to find out, with your help. I saw your old room.
That's embarrassing. I see you were dead serious about me hating you.
It's odd that there are practically no toys or memories of your childhood in the room, except for a small music box.
That box? It might just be my last happy memory. It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates. So my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing. X marks the spot, so I dug to find my treasure. I loved the music it played, the ballerina and the little secret compartment. Oh, the secrets I kept in there.
I think it's the first time I heard you. Daddy.
Really?
Did the abacus inspire you to dabble in finances?
The most useful gift anybody has ever given me.
A gift from your Uncle Tim?
He used to say that in this day and age, a woman should know how to count. My father didn't agree, but he didn't oppose it either. People thought he was a liberal because of his attitude towards racial issues. But at home, things were different.
I'm also a fan of Frank Papalia.
Oh yeah, the poster. I only liked him because my father thought he was too modern.
Your dad had great taste in music.
So, better taste than I had as a child?
Well, now you've put me on the spot.
You don't know how happy that makes me.
I found a picture taken during the war.
The Olympic Five.
Did you meet any of them, besides your father and uncle?
Well, Uncle Tim actually isn't my uncle.
No?
He and my father
Ma
loved
va?
each other like brothers. Did he tell you that he saved his life?
Your father saved Thorpe?
They were flying over Brittany in a 3-unit fighter plane. Zukovsky was the pilot, my father was the co-pilot, and my uncle manned the machine gun. Suddenly, enemy fire killed Zukovsky and injured my father, which is why he never boxed again. My uncle jumped out of the gun turret, ran to the cockpit, and managed to pilot the plane to safety. Oh, the times my father told me that story. And now...
You still have your uncle.
Yes, I guess you're right. Maybe he can also save me.
Did you ever meet Mitchell, the doctor?
Ah, buono, ne abbiamo
Mitchell?
fatta una
The
buona.
lizard?
5.
No, never. Why?
Oh, nothing. I think I've seen him somewhere. Did you ever meet Spano? What can you tell me about him?
I think I saw him once, but I was just a little girl. I think my uncle turned him into a star. That was a long time ago.
Are you cold?
A little. Maybe I should go.
Wait, I still have a couple of questions for you. Your father sold his apartment. The new owners move in 2 weeks.
What?
I'm sorry. I think he used the money to buy a new place with Mary Purnell. You'll have to talk to her sooner or later.
Yes. I guess I owe it to my father in spite of it all.
Basta, andiamo dentro,
I think
scaldarti.
you've already answered all my questions.
It's about time. I thought you were waiting for me to freeze out here. Anyway. Thanks for the company.
No! Ho spinto!
I knew I was looking at a solution, but what exactly needed solving?
Allora. Così, la butto lì. Lo zio non è davvero zoppo. Zio Tim. L'impronta è sua. Così, non so perché mi sia venuta sta cosa. Tre deduzioni, ma... Boh. Quello che stava cercando il ladro è sicuramente da scavare sotto l'albero. Sta bene.
Maybe Dunn used the same hiding place once more.
Attenzione. Ancora lui. È un formichiere.
I'll never understand why detectives and criminals bluster while they fight each other in the picture. What a waste of breath, focus, and
Dai. Morto.
energy.
Ehi, biondina. Lasciala stare. Toccano le signore.
It's not the lack of credibility in the screenplay that bothers me.
Madonna quanto me ne sta
Plus,
davanti.
it's actually pretty handy. When a crook talks to you in the middle of a fight, you know you're up against a rookie. And if he doesn't even say, "Help me, please,"
Bastardone. Non può essere morto, dai, è caduto sui sacchi. Ma ho sbloccato un trofeo e non ho neanche visto cosa. Speriamo fosse nella storia, che vuol dire che andiamo avanti. Ah, è già
What did they
arrivato il
say?
cagnolino.
nothing serious. I lost another one of my 9 lives.
Non è vero, dai.
Oh, this hurts.
Got many left?
I'm in the red. He hasn't woken up yet?
Nope. We're gonna be here a while. Vulpine, 7 letters.
Cunning?
C-U-N-N-I-N-G. It fits. I hope it doesn't throw anything off.
E dai. Ah, puzza di sardine. Ta ta tam. Gli scarponi.
Yep, looks like you were right with cunning. What are you looking for?
Nothing. Will he live?
He'll live.
So what have you found out?
Randall Lee. Apparently in love with our penitentiary system, judging by the frequency of his visits. Theft, assault, extortion. You know, minor things of the sort.
Any partners?
Always works alone. He's never ratted out his employers, provided they exist. Did you find anything? Is this our man? Do you have proof?
Vedi che manca. Ce n'erano poi degli altri. Sicuramente questo ha ammazzato la, la
Looks like
seconda
we know
signora.
who tore his pants following Clarice Freeman up to the rooftop. His pants have a tear in them. I found a piece of that same fabric at the gym, on the stairs that lead to the rooftop where we found the second body.
Makes sense, but how many pairs of ripped pants are walking around New York City? I don't call that evidence.
Dai, tutte le cose delle sardine, dai. Ce ne sono altri, dai. Se non mi fa usare le altre. Non so come andare avanti.
The
Ah,
guy
sì.
who broke into the gym in Dunn's place has a thing for sardines. Did you smell his breath?
Right, because there's only one sardine fanatic on this side of the Hudson. I need something more.
Oh madre.
I saw footprints from those very same shoes next to both the gym murders.
Unless you're telling me that shoe is a limited edition, I'm gonna need something else.
Capito, ma dai, tre ormai.
One of the thugs that attacked me the other night had a snout just like his.
I'm sorry, but you can't incriminate someone based solely on species. What else you got?
What more do you need? I've given you 4 pieces of evidence.
None of which are conclusive.
He tried to throw me off the rooftop.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. He's our man.
No, he's not our man.
Make up your mind.
He's just a puppet. Someone is pulling his strings.
Could it be Yale?
He's hiding something for sure, but I don't think he did it. By the way, was he discharged? His room is empty.
They let him out yesterday. He's in police custody now. You can tell he's an athlete. Made quite the comeback. Anyone else would have taken 10 times as long. Anyway, he better be fine. You know they've ordered me to escort him to Madison Square Garden on the day of the fight.
Yeah, I heard something of the sort.
What have you heard?
Frank Cassidy. He's friends with the governor.
You don't say. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Quick, what do you want? Good cop or bad cop?
I'm the good guy.
Good thing someone took out the trash.
No wonder you were saved by garbage, you piece of trash. But you're gonna wish it hadn't.
Go to hell, you dog.
Don't pay any attention to Flatfeet, Mr. Lee. Yeah, you're in a tight spot, but there's always a way out. We have proof that you killed Joe Dunn and Clarice Freeman.
I'll call your bluff. You ain't got nothing.
Are you acquainted with our usual witness program? For a modest sum, they'll say they saw your sorry snout when and where we tell them to.
Cut the crap, Smirnov. You know we've got conclusive evidence. However, we can offer you a deal if you tell us who hired you.
What can you offer me?
We could significantly reduce your sentence. I could testify that you helped me on the rooftop.
That's a start, but it's not good enough. I want in on the witness protection program. New city, new job.
Poi la mucca
And a
Carolina.
clean police record. That's the only way I'll talk. Meanwhile, I want police protection 24/7. I'm afraid that...
Whoa!
Watch out!
È durato poco il nostro testimone da proteggere.